Good morning, students. Today I will explain about the root system, root and root systems. Root is the underground part of the plant. Root is the underground part of the plant. Root is the underground part of the plants. It is non-green color. It is non-green color and cylindrical portion of the plant. Cylindrical. The underground part and non-green color and cylindrical shape of the root. It is developed from the radicle. During germination, below the cotyledonary node, it produces radicals develop into root. This root are three types of root systems are present. This root has three types of root systems. First one, tap root system. This tap root system, during germination of seed, it produces radicle. The radicle is elongated, main root. This is the main root or primary root. It produces several branches. In endogenously. It means lateral roots developed from the inner tissue, that is pericycle. It is called endogenously, and it is called secondary roots. These secondary roots are produces number of root hairs. It is called tertiary roots. It is the tertiary roots, and secondary roots are present in the dicotyledonary plants. The main branch, during germination of embryo, it produces radicle. Radicle develop into root. The main axis, it produces main root. It is the main root. It produces several orders of secondary and tertiary roots. These are all collectively known as root system. These roots produces several orders, primary and secondary and tertiary roots. It produces several orders. It produces from the endogenously inner tissue of main roots. During germination of seed, this is the seed during germination it is the soil side or ground level, it is the sunlight, sunlight, sunlight. The seed positively geotropical, negatively phototropical, phototropical. This root develops the positively geotropical and negatively phototropical. Next, in hydrophytic plants, it's positively hydrophism. It is developed into soil. It is developed into the. It is penetrate into soil, water in hydrophytes. In land plants, it penetrate into soil. It is called geotropical plants. Positively geotropical and roots are positively geotropical and negatively phototropical. The root is the underground part of the plant. Non-green color, cylindrical portion. During seed germination, it produces roots. From the radicle. Roots positively geotropical, negatively phototropical. Some plants positively phototropical, negatively geotropical, but most of the plants positively geotropical, negatively phototropical. This root don't have nodes and internodes. These roots don't have nodes and internodes. These root systems are three types. That is tap root system. First one, tap root system. Next one, fibrous root system. Third one, fibrous root system. Third one, adventitious root system. First one, tap root system. Second one, fibrous root system. Third one, adventitious root system. First one, tap root system. The main root, during germination, the main root radicle elongated and it produces several order secondary and tertiary roots. It produces secondary and tertiary roots, several orders. It is called tap root system. This is tap root system. The primary, secondary, tertiary roots are all collectively known as root system. This is the main root. These are the several lateral roots. This characteristic feature of dicotyledonous plants. Dicotyledonous plants. This characteristic feature of dicotyledonous plants. Next, fibrous root system. Fibrous root system. Next, fibrous root system. This fibrous root system, the primary root developed from the radicle, but it is short-lived epimeral. It is later it is degenerated. During germination time, these are the root. They are the root in germination time. This root is very short lived and or ephemeral. Ephemeral, it is a degeneration of very short time. Degeneration of very short time. It produces number of the large number of roots. Base of the stem is called fibrous roots. Fibrous roots. These are the main root developed from the radicle. After the degeneration of the main root, or which one is the found from the radicle, thus root is degenerated. After the degeneration of roots, the large number of roots, equally short roots are arise from the base of the stem. Base of the stem is called fibrous roots. This is the stem. This is the stem base. These are the fibrous roots. These are the fibrous roots. These fibrous roots developed from the base of the stem. This is the base of the stem. This is the main stem. This roots developed from the base of the stem. Is called fibrous roots. The fibrous root system, the main root is degenerated because it is short-lived, ephemeral. So plant produces large number of roots. Base of the stem is called fibrous roots. These fibrous roots originate from the base of the stem. Is called fibrous root system. The characteristic feature of monocot plants. For example, maize, sugarcane, rice, maize, sugarcane, rice and wheat. These are all monocot plants. This root system present in monocot plants. This is characteristic feature of monocotyledonous plants. For example, maize, sugarcane, rice and wheat plants. It is the fibrous root system. The main root developed from the radicle. It is short-lived because it is ephemeral. After the degeneration of the main root, large number of roots present at the base of the stem produces. Base of the stem is called fibrous root system. Example of monocotyledonous plants. For example, monocots, maize, sugarcane, rice and wheat plants. Next one, adventitious root system. Adventitious root system in dicot plants. Several examples are present. Pea, mango, hibiscus. These are all dicot plants. Dicot plants. In adventitious root system, the roots developed from the other than the radicle is called adventitious root system. Adventitious root system. The root developed from the other than the radicle. Then taproot system, roots developed from the radicle, it elongated. It is elongated. In fibrous root system, root developed from the radicle, but it is degenerated because it is short-lived or ephemeral. So, after degeneration of the root, after degeneration of roots, the large number of roots originate from the base of the stem is called fibrous roots. But in adventitious root system, the roots are developed from the other than the radicle. Roots developed from the other than the radicle is called adventitious root system. Adventitious root system. The roots developed from the other than the radicle is called adventitious root system. For example, monstera and banyan tree. Monstera and banyan tree. These are the three types of root system. What is the root system? Root and branches are how to arranged. It is called root system. These root systems are three types. First one, taproot system. This is the taproot system. The primary root developed from the radicle. It is elongated. It produces large number of lateral roots in several orders. That is secondary and tertiary roots. These are all collectively known as primary, secondary and tertiary. These are all collectively known as root system. This is the root system type is taproot system. This taproot system present in dicotyledonous plants. That is pea, mango and hibiscus. Next one, fibrous root system. This fibrous root system, the main root developed from the radicle, but it is ephemeral or short-lived. After the degeneration of roots, the large number of roots originate from the base of the stem is called fibrous root system. Example, monocot plants, that is maize, sugarcane, rice and wheat plants. Next, adventitious root system. The roots developed from the other than the radicle. Is called adventitious roots. Example, monstera and banyan plants. It produces roots from the stem. Other than the radicle means another parts of plant parts. That is, these plants produces roots from the stem. Next, I will explain about the regions of root. What is the functions of roots? What is the functions of root? What is the functions of root? The root main function absorption of water and minerals, absorption of water and minerals. Second one, store food materials, store food materials, store food materials, support or anchorage, store anchorage, support and produce plant growth, hormones, produces plant growth hormones or plant growth regulators. Example, auxins and cytokinins. Root main function absorption of water and minerals, water and minerals. The four stored food materials, and next it is anchorage or support to the plants, produces plant growth hormones or plant growth regulators, that is auxins, cytokinins. Example, auxins and cytokinins, gibberellins, extra. These are the functions of root. Next, I will explain about the regions of root. The typical root has different type of regions are present. This is the root. The regions of root. The first one, root cap. Second one, region of meristematic. Activity. Region of meristematic activity. Third one, region of elongation. Fourth one, the region of maturation. First one, root cap. Second one, region of meristematic activity. Third one, region of elongation. Fourth one, region of maturation. This is the one of the type of typical plant root. First one, the root cap. This is a root cap, the thimble-like structure. Thimble-like mean this type of structure is called thimble-like structure. The cup-like or cap-like structure. Cap-like structure is called thimble-like structure. This is the thimble-like structure. It is present at the distal end of the root. This is the distal end, this is the proximal end. This is the distal end of the root. This is the root cap. Root cap present at the tip of the root. Tip of the root. It is a thimble-like structure. The thimble-like structure. The root cap is the thimble-like structure. Thimble-like structure. Thimble-like structure, it protects the tender tissue, that means immature tissue, in Telugu meaning leta, tender tissue, it protects the tender tissue to penetrate the root into the soil. It's protected the tender tissue, above the few millimeters above the, there is a meristematic activity is present. There is a meristematic activity. Second one, meristematic activity. Meristematic activity. This meristematic activity, this meristems, it is Greek word. Meristems, it is Greek word. To divide, meaning is divide, to divide. These meristematic cells are continuously divided. This dividing cells present at the few millimeters above the root cap. The root cap present at the tip of the root. The meristematic activity present at the few millimeters above the root cap. Few millimeters above the root cap. This meristematic cells, the continuously actively divided cells, meristematic cells. So it is called meristematic activity region. This meristematic cells, very small, dense protoplasm, and thin-walled cells, plasma desmata connections, are high. The very small, the dense protoplasm, thin-walled cells is called meristematic cells. The meristematic cells. Thin-walled cells is called meristematic cells. These meristematic cells, very small, dense protoplasm, thin-walled cells and plasma desmata connections are very high. These cells are continuously divided, repeatedly divided. This is called meristematic activity. This meristematic activity region present at the few millimeters above the root cap. These cells, very small, dense protoplasm, thin-walled cells, plasma desmata connections are very high. These cells are continuously divided or repeatedly divided. This is called meristematic activity region. Next one, the elongation region of elongation. The meristematic cells are very small cells. These very small cells are enlarged. Maximum size increases. Maximum size increases is called elongation region. This is the meristematic cells. This is the meristematic region. Meristematic region. This is the meristematic region. This is the elongation region. This elongation region, the meristematic cells are very small. These cells convert into large size, enlarge the size, increases the length of the plant. It is maximum increasement of cells. Is called region of elongation. The cells are maximum increasing the size. It increases the plant root length. This is called region of elongation. This is the region of elongation region. This is the meristematic region. This is the root cap. These meristematic cells differentiated into meristematic cells differentiated into the mature cells. Which one is the mature cells? Which one cells are lost their capacity to divide? Tissues are lost dividing capacity. Thus tissues are called mature tissues or permanent tissues. Which one tissues are lost their capacity? What the loss? Dividing capacity, lost their tissues, that is called mature tissues or permanent tissues. These are the maturation region. Maturation region. They are the maturation region. These maturation region cells, permanent cells, it cannot divided. For example, some permanent tissues, parenchyma, collenchyma, sclerenchyma, these are here presented parenchymatous cells. These parenchymatous cells produces the large number of the permanent parenchymatous cells are present at the maturation region. Next, these epidermal tissues, the meristematic cells are maturation cells produces large number of root hairs. The region of elongation has root cap, region of meristematic activity, region of elongation, region of maturation. The root cap is present at the tip of the root. The timber-like structure. This is the timber-like structure. It is present at the tip of the root. It protects the tender part of the root. It will penetrate. Next one. It is few millimeters above the root cap. There is a meristematic activity is present. This meristematic cells very small, dense protoplasm, thin walled cells, plasma desmata connections are very high. These cells are continuously divide or repeatedly divide. Next one, these cells are very small. It is enlarged or maximum increasing the size, that is called region cell maximum increasing the size. It increases the plant, it increases the root length. Above the elongation region, there is a maturation region is present. The maturation region cells to differentiated into mature cells, differentiated, it permanent tissues, it cannot divided, it produces some root hairs, some epidermal cells. It produces root hairs, some epidermal cells, epidermal cells. The root hairs are very small, thin-walled, delicated cells, unicellular. It absorbs the water and minerals. It absorbs the water and minerals. Next, these are the region of root and types of root systems. Tomorrow I will explain about the root modifications.